got something to thank him for, clap your hands. If you know Jesus is standing by, clap your hands. Hallelujah. We know that no matter what we need, God's got it. We thank God that he stands in the gap of all of our needs. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I had to get y'all excited this morning. The Holy Spirit is here, isn't it? Hallelujah. Hallelujah. I know y'all was excited yesterday. Brother Frank, sing 62-7. 62-7. Powell, you know, I watched the Auburn game too. You know, they didn't fare so well, but that's all right. The season's long, amen, amen. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I thank God for the opportunity to be able to bring His word forth. Amen. Hallelujah. If you have your Bible, we're going to come from two books.
All right.
You guys Bible ready? Open. We're going. Our first book will be Isaiah,
Amen.
chapter 53. When you find it, and if you're able to stand, stand. When everyone's found it, say amen.
Amen.
Isaiah chapter 53. Starting at verse 1. We're going to read those first 6 verses. When you have it again, shout hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
And it starts out, who has believed our report? And to whom has the arm of the Lord has been revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of the dry ground. He has no form of comeliness. And when we see him, there will be no beauty that should desire him. He is despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised, and we did not esteem him. Verse 4. Surely he has borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we esteem him stricken, smitten by God, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. Verse 6. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way. And the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. Now let's turn over to our New Testament. We're going to Romans chapter 8. Verses 9, 10, and 11. When you have it, shout again, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Romans chapter 8.
Hallelujah.
Starting at verse 9. But you are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if indeed the Spirit of God dwells in you. Now, if anyone does not have the Spirit of Christ, he is not his.
Come on now.
And if Christ is in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life because of righteousness. But if the Spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, he who raised Christ from the dead will also give you life to your mortal bodies through his Spirit who dwells in you. You may be seated. The subject I want to come to you today is changing your perspective.
Come on now. That will preach.
Dear Heavenly Father, I just ask you to be with me today. I ask you to put myself down and let your spirit rise up. Be in your word and about your word, Father. We love you. We need you. Amen. Along with this subject, I want to give you an acronym to use. And the acronym is THOUGHT. And thought simply means take hold of understanding God's hopeful truths.
Amen. Come on now.
So when you think about thought,
Come on.
take hold of understanding God's hopeful truths. Pastor Ben, I got to move it. I got to move it. How many of you all remember seeing Men in Black? Agent K, Agent J, got a whole row back there raising hand. Okay, you know Agent K and Agent J, you know, they were defenders of the alien universe that lived hidden amongst us. And they were kind of like alien cops, but they would always have this little tool. If something crazy happened, you know, if somebody's head blew up and then it grew back, that would most likely freak most of us out if we saw it. And so that would kind of mess you up. And so he had a little tool to make you forget about all of that. And they called it a neuralizer. And it's funny because Wikipedia has a definition for everything. And Wikipedia has a definition, of course, for the neuralizer. And the definition is that it was a tool that K and J used to erase memories for hours, days, weeks, months, or even years, depending on its settings, how you adjusted it. And then it says something else. It says this also made them susceptible to suggestion of implementation of false memories and thoughts, just because of things that they witnessed. So how the thing worked was that they would set it, and it had little settings on it, days, months, hours, years, and then they would give you a story, basically that none of this ever happened, you didn't see anything, you just came in here to buy groceries, and then they'd always put on the sunglasses, and it'd flash you. And all those memories that you had of the head exploding and growing back would disappear. So, in saying that, that would be safely to say that you'd have a new perspective on seeing things. Amen?
Amen.
And this is what I want to come to you with today. When we talk about Isaiah, the book of Isaiah is almost explained like a miniature Bible, where the first part of the book had an Old Testament. It was talking about how sinful the world was, how sinful people had become. And then the latter part of the book talked about the coming Messiah and his forgiveness against men and their sins. And so through that forgiveness, we come to chapter 53 here. And we talk about that prophecy of the coming Messiah. This was 400 years before the birth of Jesus, that his destiny had already been prophesied. Yes. People sinning and going through everything that they were going through. You have a group of people there that were still innocent.
Come on now. Come on.
And through your innocence, we all have to find some sort of perspective, regardless to what we're going through. Right? The sins and bad things reign on the just as well as the unjust. And so through all of that, we have to find perspective to be able to get through those turmoils, to be able to get through those trials, to be able to get through those strifes, to be able to get through those pains and those issues. And the way that we're able to get through that perspective better is through having the Holy Spirit inside of us. Which brings us to those verses I read in Romans. That we have to understand and realize why Jesus died on the cross. And until you get that understanding, it's hard to find perspective for. No matter what it is you're going through. That from his birth to dying on the cross was all in the design. It was all in the plan.
That's right.
And so through finding perspective, you find a way to hold on. You find a way to carry on.
Come on
You
now.
find a way to push and continue through no matter what the situation.
Come on.
I was talking to someone the other day, and they were telling me about a situation that they were going through, and you all don't know who the person is, but they were going through bankruptcy, and they're actually garnishing their paycheck, and they're garnishing their entire paycheck. They've only got a few months until their bankruptcy is over, but it still makes you feel some type of way to get your check stub every 2 weeks and you see $0.00 so after working for 80 hours. And so, of course, perspective is a big word in my life. Situations and things that you go through, if you continue to live, you'll find out how perspective can help you. And so I gave to them this analogy that I know that what you're going through is tough. But if you think about a family where the husband and wife have both lost their job, they've got a child that's sick, their house has been foreclosed on, the tow trucks are sitting outside ready to pull the 2 cars outside. It's easy to find perspective in your situation to say that what you're going through ain't that bad, is it?
Come on now.
And so that's the way you need to look at life. That no matter what it is you're going through, and yes, it's not something that we want to hear when we're going through it. But there are people that are going through things much worse than what you're going through.
Come on now. Come on. Come on.
And above all of that, if you don't have relationship with God, then you just compounded whatever it is that you're going through. So at least we have the secret of knowing God and having relationship. And even beyond that, having the Holy Spirit reside in each and every one of us. That's what helps you get through the situation. That's what helps you get through the problem.
Come on.
And so that's the one thing that I want to leave you with, if anything today, is to be able to find perspective in whatever it is that you're going through. We sit and we read Isaiah, and of course, we remember chapter 5. We remember verse 5. We all remember verse 5. We hear that a lot. But he has been wounded for our transgressions. He has been bruised for our iniquities. Chastisement of peace was upon him, and by his stripes we are healed. We quote that verbatim. But read that up above. That he was despised and rejected by men. That he was despised and rejected by men. There are people that are going to sit here and especially coming down with social media. There are people that you can go anywhere you want on social media and find a reason to not believe in God, to not believe in His Word. You can find any reason across social media to not believe in church. I'll tell you another story. I was talking to a classmate, and this classmate that I know, she goes out and she parties and she does this sort of thing. But she was talking to me and she was telling me that there was a party that she had went to. It was a Saturday night. And at this party, she sings in a gospel group. There was at least 30 pastors there, most of whom were drunk. And trying to hit on other women that were there.
That's the wrong bud.
That's the wrong place to be here. But I want to bring something to you that's real and that's happening every day here. That not only the people that we talk to, but us ourselves, we have to continually find perspective for. And we find perspective through holding on to the faith of God.
Amen. That's right.
Because you've got a ton of people out here that have every reason not to believe in God. If you have no relationship with God, if you know nothing about God, but then you see 30 drunk pastors in a club trying to holler at you, trying to talk to you.
Wrong.
But how, when you see something like that, it makes it very hard for us to provide our case for Jesus. And then when you have that very pastor that my friend talks to, and he asks the question in his drunken stupor, do you think I'm doing something wrong? Now this is serious. It makes us hard, not only as leaders, not only as pastors, bishops, but the Christian community. It makes us hard to provide our case. No matter how much perspective you have, you've got to do your best to try to be able to bring people to Jesus. And stuff like that makes it very difficult. But even through all of that, we're able to find perspective for it.
Amen. That's right. Through all of that.
And we find perspective through having our faith in Jesus.
That's it right there. That's
Even though we're not able to see it, even though we're not able to understand it, even though we're not able to even get it all the time, we still are able to hold on to His truths.
still able.
We're still able to hold on to His promises.
Come on now.
We're still able to hold on to who He is.
Come on.
Because no matter what it is we see out there in the world, it's a fact that Jesus died on the cross.
Come on now.
It's a fact that He defeated hell, death, and the grave.
That's right.
And that's where my perspective lies.
Amen.
In knowing that He did that for me. Through His grace, through His mercy.
Come on.
Grace is undeserving.
That's right.
None of us deserve it. None of us deserve to take what He gave to us on the cross. But it was the only way that we could have the Holy Spirit inhabiting each inside of it. Was through that act of love happening. Which brings me to Romans.
All right.
Good message. Good message.
When we come down to chapter 11, the verse 11, I'm sorry. But if the spirit of him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, I know that the Holy Spirit doesn't put this in me for any reason. There's still a lot of people that don't get and don't understand the act of Jesus dying on the cross. Why that had to happen. God wanted us through Jesus, for each and every one of us to have access to his being. And so Jesus couldn't be inside each and every one of us. And I don't mean to make that sound so simplistic, but that was the only way here for us to be able to have access to his being, to be able to have access to who he is. Because even though that act happened in the past, Jesus is still alive.
Come on now.
And he's still living with us each and every day.
There you go.
And so the only way that we're able to have that is for that bad, sinful nature inside of us to die. Sin and Jesus can't dwell in the same spot. And so if you think it can, then you're just simply straddling the fence. As the old folks used to say, you can't straddle the fence when it comes to this.
Come on now.
You either got to have it or not. You're either going to take me or you're going to take the word.
Come on now. There you go.
Ephesians 6, it says that this fight isn't against flesh and blood. It's against spiritual wickedness in high places. Bishop said that this morning. This fight that we're fighting, it's not flesh and blood. It's not punching and bruising. There are demonic spirits out there.
Come on now.
That are dwelling amongst us. That are inside many people. It's not you that I'm looking at. It's the spirit inside you that I should be looking at. And so it's only when we're able to recognize that we can recognize the true love of God.
There you go.
And when you recognize the true love of God, this thing can get really deep.
Come on now.
It can get really deep. Because then you're able to understand how you can forgive someone that did you wrong.
Come on now. Come on.
You can understand how you can turn the other cheek that someone slapped.
Come on now.
In the physical sense, I'm still getting there.
Go ahead.
Come on.
Slap me in my face. I'm not gonna tell you that I'm
Go ahead now.
saying okay. I'm right.
Tell the truth now.
But I hope I can get there. But it's for us to genuinely learn and understand the love of God, his faith, his kindness, his mercy. When we learn that, then you're able to get better perspective. And you're able to change your perspective in the way that you look at certain situations. And that's the thing that I want to leave you with today. I talk to so many people throughout my week. And that's my big thing every day. That you have got to change your perspective. You have got to change how you look at
Come
things.
on now. There you go.
And when you have God in your life, you're able to change your thing, you change your way of
There you
thinking,
go.
and have a better way of thinking.
Yeah. There you go. Tell it. Yeah.
You know, I sit up and I look at Hurricane Florence, and they talked up Hurricane Florence all week, and they, last Sunday it was a Category 3. By Tuesday they had amped it to a Category 5, and by the end of the week it had finally gone down to a Category 1, a tropical storm.
Go ahead, Pastor. Go ahead.
I thank God that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. They projected it to go in 7 different directions. I thank God that it was only a tropical storm. That it didn't hit land as a Category 5.
Go ahead.
It was easy for me to find perspective, and that storm wasn't as bad as they talked it up to be here. You know, there's two professions that you can get a what if and get paid lots of money for it, and that's a weatherman and a doctor.
Come on. Come on now.
We can go to a doctor and they'll say maybe, what if, almost, and you need a $30 copay. A meteorologist can tell us next week that the sun's going to be shining and ain't going to be no rain, and it'll rain the next 10 days after tomorrow. But I just, as I go to my seat, I leave you with that. I leave you with that today, with that acronym, to take hold of understanding God's hopeful truths. Because there is hope in God. There is hope in His Holy Spirit that resides and lives in each and every one of us. There's hope in holding on to His faith.
Go ahead.
It's hope in holding on to your faith in Him. That He will lead you, that He will guide you, that He will protect you, that He will keep you. So it's when you keep that law, it's when you take hold of it and you understand it, you're able to change your perspective for it, and you're able to see things differently.
Amen.
And that's what I want to leave you here with today. I love you. Thank God. Amen.
Yes.
I hope you paid attention, despite there may have been distractions around it, that you paid attention to the message. Change your perspective. There was a teacher when I was going to high school. She would always tell me, she was my math teacher.
Amen.
She was my algebra teacher. And I was the type of student that I wasn't really serious about much of anything, about math. A lot of times I would cut up in her class.
All right.